Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist over the left shoulder. Hey everyone, welcome to class. Welcome to this hands-free Sunday flow. I wanted to give you something that was pretty moderately paced and also totally hands-free. That's one that I get requested every so often, and as I was looking through our library, I thought, we could use some more hands-free flow. So I thought, what better than a nice moderate Sunday flow to use to make hands-free. You don't need any props for this one. We're going to be doing quite a bit of hip openers and just some feel-good movement that won't be too crazy, just enough to help you feel like you did something, help you feel accomplished without taxing yourself too much. So to begin, I just want you to start seated comfortably, legs crossed. You can let the eyes close if you like. Oh, big yawn. Apparently, that's only part of it if you want it to be. Maybe shift around a little bit. Just really focused on getting comfortable. So if you are hands-free in your practice because you are injured, obviously be mindful of how you're resting. If you're just doing the hands-free flow as a nice little challenge for something different, also I encourage you to be aware of when you have that tendency of leaning on your hands and see if you can do it without. So as we're here, let the eyes close if you haven't already. And I want you to set the intention to be mindful and present of each movement that you do in class today. Take a few more breaths here. And if any other intention comes to mind that you want to focus on, set that now. And let the eyes blink open. And go ahead and just turn over the right shoulder, kind of grabbing onto the right knee with the left hand, and turn over the right shoulder. And if you can't grip that knee, you can just sort of rest the hand on the thigh. And go ahead and come back to the center and move to the other side. Right hand grabs the left knee. Or you can rest it on that thigh and you're just turning over the left shoulder. Keep the right leg relaxed. And come back towards the center. So now cross your legs so that the opposite leg is on top. And we're going to twist on either side one more time. So turn over the right shoulder. Move through the center, twist over the left shoulder. And come back to the center. Uncross the legs and take the feet nice and wide. We're going to take an easygoing seated wide forward fold. So let yourself get set up. Maybe you just rest here with the hands on the knees, or you can walk forward and just tent the fingers, barely putting any weight there, or come all the way down to the forearms. So however you feel like whatever you would like, really. This is the short cue for that. And each time we move through the poses, I want you to bring your awareness back to your breath. And if you feel like you're forcing something or you're kind of pushing really, really hard to make something work, make something happen, can you come back to that intention and ask yourself how that action is aligned with your intention. Take 2 more breaths. Sit up. We're going to bring the knees to 90 degrees, and you're going to bend them over to the right so you end up in a Z sit. And we're just going to move back and forth a few times. Again, trying not to use your hands. Swivel to the left. And then move over to the right. We're just going to move back and forth at your own pace. Try not to put the hands down. Let's do 1 more each way. They're going to stop on the right side. And once you're back on the right side, I want you to turn over the right knee and see if you can come down to the forearms. So you're just in front of the right leg here. Continue to breathe. And on your next breath in, lift the chest. So again, try not to use your hands. You're going to bring the left leg around, plant the foot down so the toes are facing the top end of your mat, lean forward, and then step the right foot back so you end up in a crescent lunge. Little wobbliness is okay. Stretch the arms up. If your shoulders are sort of out of commission, you can always keep the hands at the heart center. So whatever feels right for you today. Drop the hips down a little bit more, bend the back knee, and then slowly straighten it so you feel that length through the hip flexors, through the quads. Inhale fully. Exhale, revolve your crescent. So take the right elbow to the left thigh, and maybe the hands stay at prayer at the heart center, or you can kind of take it easy and just relax them down. Wherever you're at is fine. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Slowly take the right knee down, turn the chest around. Again, stretch the arms up overhead or keep the hands at the heart center for prayer, dropping the hips forward. Option. You can rest the forearms on the left knee, or you can drop the forearms down to the ground for lizard. Depends on your flexibility today. Either way, wherever you end up, we're just going to take 4 breaths or so. So take your time breathing in, breathing out. Slowly lift the chest back up. Now you're going to drag the right knee behind the outside of the left ankle so you end up in a seated twist. So have a seat, pull the legs in really close, pull the feet in really close. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist over the left shoulder. So the left fingertips can just barely sort of touch down on the mat. Maybe you hug the left knee in toward the chest. Slowly unhook, swing the legs around. You're going to come back to a seated wide forward fold. Knees and toes point up towards the ceiling. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, and on your exhale, can you tip forward a little bit more than you did the first time? Maybe the forearms can come down to the mat. Breathe. Inhale, lift the chest. Bend the knees, bring them to 90 degrees out in front of you. We're going to dip over to the left, Come through the center, come over to the right. Center left. Right. So you're going to finish on the left side. Come back to the left. Pause here. And then twist over the left knee and walk the upper body out so the forearms come down, if you can. On an inhale, lift the chest. You're going to bring the right leg around. Plant the right foot down so it's facing the back end of your mat. And then lean forward into the right foot. Step the left foot really far back and find your crescent lunge. Maybe the arms come up. Maybe they stay at the heart center. However you're comfortable today. And then put a deep bend in the back knee. And then really mindfully start to squeeze the thigh away from the mat. Wiggle the left foot back and push the heel away from you. Take 3 deep breaths. On that last exhale, you can revolve your crescent around, elbow to thigh, spin the chest around. Keep squeezing that left leg away from the floor. Breathe. Unwind, take the left knee down, kneeling lunge, and again, you've got options. You can stretch the arms up overhead, or if your shoulders are not having that today, keep the hands at the heart center. Taking a few breaths. Maybe the forearms come to the thigh, or you can drop them all the way down to the mat if you want to find lizard. Take about 4 slow, deep breaths. Inhale, lift the chest. Walk the right foot a little bit over to the left, and then the left knee is going to come to the outside of the right ankle. Have a seat. So you end up in a seated twist. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twist over the right shoulder. Maybe the fingertips barely touch down, or you can even just hug the right knee in with both hands if you want to keep all the weight off the fingers. Take 2 more breaths. Gradually unhook the hands. The right leg is going to come all the way back to the side of your mat. Left leg opens to the other side. Find your center, knees and toes face up, and then hinge forward. Come down to the forearms. Take 2 full breaths. And inhale, come back up. So we're gonna do that whole sequence one more time, and then we'll add on a little bit. So bend the knees, a little bit quicker this time. 90 degrees in both legs. Dip them over to the right. Dip them over to the left. Come back to the right. Hold, turn your body over the right leg and come down to the forearms. Inhale fully, exhale fully. Inhale, lift the chest. Left leg swings around, plant the left foot down, and without touching the mat with your hands, come all the way up, crescent lunge. Inhale, arms up. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked this class, you will love Bad Yogi Studio. Make yoga your new morning ritual. With hundreds of classes just under 30 minutes, the perfect amount of time to kickstart your day and start everything off on a high note. Welcome to class. I would love to see you inside Bad Yogi Studio with me, so tap the link below and get your free 14-day trial. I'll see you there.